Hey, my name's Amir and welcome back. I'm here with another vegan beauty video today, focusing on fake tan prep, application, skin and makeup, everything that I would do before an event where I want to look my best. You seem to like the last vegan beauty video, so I hope you like this one too. I prefer to tan 2 days before my events, so 3 days before I give my body a really big scrub. You can use a mitt or a body scrub, but I like to use both because I'm just, extra high maintenance like that. The Naked Tan Scrub is awesome at getting off fake tan, and Frank is really, really nice and hydrating with the coconut oil in it. But you wouldn't want to apply that one the day of an actual tan, which is why I do it the day before because it leaves a layer on the skin. I like to use the Loving Tan Mitt because it has the 2 different colored sides, so I always use one with the scrub so that there's like the oily residue on one side, and then can keep the other side always oil and residue free. The next day when I actually apply my tan, I pop a face mask on in the shower. This one is from Sukin and it's really good for all skin types. It's like a red clay mask. I find that if I've got breakouts, it still works really well, and if my skin is feeling dry and dehydrated or whatever, it battles every issue that I have. So now, taking the black side of the Loving Tan Mitt, I just like to scrub over the whole body the day of my tan, just to make sure that there's no oils or deodorants or barriers or any kind of layer on the skin that may make the tan go on patchy or blotchy or just, not right. Now, to actually apply our tan, I'm using the Loving Tan Mousse in dark. It also comes in other shades and a 2-hour version if you don't like to sleep in your tan, but I don't mind about sleeping in my tan. I do it all the time. I'm using the mitt to buff the tan into my skin in little circular movements, only applying a really small amount onto my elbows, armpits, ankles, any little bendy bits, just whatever is left over on the mitt after applying it to the rest of that limb area. What I really like about this tan is the salon quality DHA, so it's pretty much the exact same as getting a spray tan, which you guys know I do all the time, but it's so much better because I don't have to stand naked and bribe my boyfriend to spray tan me because it's the middle of winter and it's way too cold for that. With fake tan, you want to make sure to moisturize every day to prolong the lifespan. This one is the Naked Body Butter and it's really hydrating. A little bit goes a really, really long way with this one. And on the day of my event, any exposed areas of skin I mix with a little bit of an Illuminizer to give a nice glowing look. So neck, décolletage, shoulders, if you're wearing a skirt, legs too. Don't forget your lip balm. This one from Sukin is actually really, really good and it was very affordable too. Then, just to start our makeup application, I'm taking the Becca Backlight Primer all over my face just because I have dry skin and this is really nice and illuminating. And when I've got an event on, I just want to look really bronzed and glowing and healthy. Now, the Cover FX Contour Kit. This one, I'm going to leave the shade down below what my exact shade is, but I like to take this all onto my skin pre-foundation. So I take the highlighter all over the high points of my face, and then I take shade number 3 and I'm using that one as my kind of corrector around my eyes, since it's a little bit darker than my skin, but it's not quite dark enough to contour with, because as you can see, my face is a little bit lighter than my body, so the tan's going to be a bit darker on the face. But I just find that this really neutralizes the dark circles around my eyes. It doesn't have to be this one, but any concealer that's a little bit dark, that's a little quick tip for you guys. Then I'm taking my Furless Cosmetic brushes. I'm using all Furless Cosmetic brushes. I'm going to leave the 2 sets that I go between down below for you as well. And I'm taking the darkest shade in the contour kit and sculpting out my face. And I'm just drawing lines everywhere that I want to blend out later. So cheekbones, jawline, temples, and see how I angle up my temples the same angle as the cheek contour. That's just to lift the eyes, but you can just kind of blob it there in a general area if you like. That works too. Now I'm taking this really nice big brush from Furless. This one I love to use to blend out and buff out my contour. And since we're still applying foundation on top, the contour does not have to be blended out 100%. It can be a little bit messy. You want it to be a little bit bolder anyway, so that it still shows through the foundation a little bit. If you use a super full coverage foundation, this might not work for you, but since I'm going for a lighter coverage foundation with some spot concealing, this is totally fine for me, and that's how it looks. Then we're taking the Becca Aqua Luminous foundation, and I'm pretty sure my pump's broken, so I didn't show you my struggle with that. And I'm taking this brush, and this one's really unusual. It's like a flat top brush, but it's really, really soft, almost like a duo fiber brush, and then I'm just really lightly buffing this foundation over the top, really lightly swirling it into the skin. That way the contour will still show through a little bit, the foundation, and I just take it everywhere. We're still going to go in, you know, with some other things later, so again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but that's how it looks. You can see the contour still shows through a bit and is very natural. But I'm going to take that little brush that we used to apply the contour before and just slightly enhance any areas that I want a little bit extra, but I didn't re-dip at all. And then again, just swirl over because we want it to be really, really natural. Then we're taking our concealer. This Bareminerals Serum Concealer is so good. I absolutely love it. I would usually highlight this area, but since I'm not going for a super, super highlighted skin look, like glowy skin look, yes, but not super bright under the eyes. So I'm using this. It's only like, you know, a smidge lighter than my skin tone because I'm going to be setting it with the same skin color anyway. So I didn't really bother going like, you know, 3 shades lighter or anything. But yeah, this is awesome. It's so light, but yeah, good coverage. Then I'm taking this Dusty Girls Mineral Foundation. I'm using quite a few products from Dusty Girls today. And you can see I'm patting it into the skin and then swirling it over. So patting and swirling with this really nice big fluffy brush. So this is a mineral foundation powder. You can use it on its own, but since I'm doing more of like a special occasion makeup, that's why I did put like another foundation underneath, since I needed to warm up my face quite a bit. Then we're taking this Dusty Girls Mineral Bronzer. It has tiny little flecks of glitter in it, but I found that once applied to the skin, you couldn't actually really see them. So it's basically a matte with tiny bits of glitter. If you put on heaps and heaps, it might look shimmery, but it just looks really, see, I'm tapping off as well. It's super, super pigmented. So a little bit goes a really, really long way. So you definitely don't want to overdo it with this, but the color is really gorgeous. It has a slight reddy undertone, so it really looks like you've been out in the sun getting a nice golden tan. And what I didn't mention about the foundation before is it's not a matte, it's like a satin finish. So as you can see, my skin looks really nice and illuminated, but not super dewy where it looks wet. Anyway, we're taking a little fluffy eye blending brush and we're taking the same bronzer all over the crease and outer corner bit of the eye, and then very unattractively underneath the eye. I don't know how people do this where they don't look like I look, but please forgive me, that's a bit weird looking. But yeah, you can see I haven't applied any external highlighter and we're looking nice and bronzed and glowing. Oh my goodness, my nose is getting so blocked. Now we're taking this mineral eyeshadow in Summer Tan. This shade is so pretty. It's like a bronze, but it's not too warm and it's definitely not cool tone, but since it's not super orangey warm, it's actually going to suit a lot of skin tones. Like you guys know I love my warm coppers and everything, but this is actually so much more flattering on my skin tone and a bigger variety of skin tones. Then we just want to brighten up the inner rim. I'm using the Tarte Inner Rim Eyeliner. This is awesome because it's not a white, it's a skin tone, so it's not going to be too stark and obnoxious in the waterline. For cheeks, we're taking the Becca Afterglow palette. Absolutely love this. I mixed the 2 blushes together and applied those all over my cheeks with the same brush that we've been using before. It's just the perfect size for all of that. And I'm taking the Topaz and the Rose Gold shimmer shades onto the center of the lid and highlighting the inner corner of my eye with Moonstone, as well as the upper lip, the tip of the nose, just any areas you want to highlight, brow bone, all over the cheeks as well. This highlight is just amazing. It's amazing. I like it because it is quite light, so it gives a really nice highlighted effect to my tan skin. It has a really nice contrast, but it still has that nice white, yellow, gold undertone. Even though it's quite light, it's not too yellow. It's just like a really nice fair one that shows up on my skin and just looks really nice and glowing. I love it, but you can use opal or something else instead if you would prefer. Then I'm taking this Maca Nude lipstick. It is quite a sheer lipstick, so it's going to wear off and not look silly throughout the night or the event or whatever. And then we're taking Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I don't know how people put mascara on in an attractive way either. Kind of like the lower lash line. I just don't think it's possible. But this mascara is actually really nice. I've got the Deluxe mini sample. I have quite a few of these. I prefer to get my mascaras in little sample sizes if possible, as opposed to like the big ones, because they just dry out before you can use them all, and yeah, I hate throwing out stuff because I don't like to waste it. Then we're applying these SocialEyes Glamorous lashes, as you can see here, and then I just thought I would quickly show you how I do my hair. I have a full hair tutorial coming up soon, but when I'm kind of feeling a bit lazy, I just take my hair, I brush it, and put a few little curls through it with the straightener just to put a little bend in it, and that way you don't have to do the whole thing. It just kind of blends in the straight bits and the existing mess that is the hair, and then I just like to fluff it up. But that is it, guys. I've completely lost my voice throughout filming this, but I hope you liked the video. Please leave your feedback below and a big thumbs up for me, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!